focus today is be priority driven. And we're in a long series kind of looking at all the different areas where we need to be priority driven. And it's based on Matthew chapter 22, 37 to 39. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. The second commandment is likened to the first. You love your neighbor as you love yourself. That's what Jesus said. So today we're going to talk about, and this is all under the third priority, if you want to go back and listen to the other red glasses. So the focus today is Dad's role, attitudes. We're talking about some keys to be an effective father. This is key number 2. Dads that have their attitudes right, a right attitude. I love this, talking about attitudes. Prayer for today. Dear God, it's been a wonderful day. So far, I've done everything right. Not once today have I gossiped. Not once today have I lost my temper or cursed. Not once today have I lied, cheated, or stolen. Not once today have I been greedy, grumpy, selfish, or overindulgent. But in spite of this, oh Lord, I think I'm really going to need your help soon, because in a few minutes, I'm going to get out of bed. Woo, isn't that so true? In the bed, we have high hopes. We get out of the bed. It's another world. Okay, so let's talk about attitudes. Attitudes yield actions which yield results. Attitudes push towards or point to actions that ended results. So if you want to find out how you're doing in relationships, especially with your children, look at the results and go back and evaluate your actions and your attitudes. Probably something is either going on real well there or something is amiss. If you want to be an effective father, you need a positive attitude. And this is not something where you kind of pump it up for the moment. It's something deeper that comes out of the very core of who we are. It really is tied in to our character deep inside. Your attitude will determine, number one, your outlook on life and on contentment, which is a big area, and also how you're going to interact with your children and really your whole family. Attitudes. A couple of quick thoughts. Your attitude is your choice. You choose. I choose my attitude. It's really a powerful, almost a revolutionary concept. And psychologist Viktor Frankl believed the following. He said, the last of our human freedoms is to choose our attitudes in any given circumstance. Now, you may not remember or know anything about Viktor Frankl, but Frankl survived imprisonment in a Nazi death camp. And so he understood in that context, I choose my attitude. My attitude don't choose me. So, number 2, your attitude basically determines your actions. Attitude is the key, I believe, to a father being effective. Attitudes, I believe, really determines the effectiveness of a father with his children. So here's another great thought. The greatest discovery of my generation is that human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitude of mind. William James, psychologist from years past. Then, if you read in Philippians chapter number 2, starting with verse 5, actually 5 through 8, this is what it says. Your attitude should be the kind that was chosen by Jesus Christ, who, though he was God, did not demand and cling to the rights of God, but laid aside his mighty power and glory, taking the disguise of a slave or a servant and becoming like men. And he humbled himself even further, going so far as actually to die a criminal's death on the cross. The Son of God, God in a body, came down, gave up all rights to hold on any of the greatness that was his, and gave himself to serve you and me by following what the Father wanted him to do, basically by dying on a cross. So I pray that you would look at your attitudes and begin to evaluate your attitudes, and that you would say, Lord, shape my attitudes. Chuck Swindoll, one of my favorite writers, says the following. He explains that when Mother Teresa was asked the requirements for people assisting in her work with the destitute in Calcutta, she decided that there would be two things you needed to have: the desire to work hard and a joyful attitude. Attitude. So what I'm encouraging you to do is every day, maybe several times every day, as a dad, knowing that attitude is so key in fathering your children and leading them, have an attitude check every day and make sure you're choosing the right kind of attitude for your children. But remember this again too. Your kids, to a large extent, are going to become like you. Are they going to have your attitude? Ooh. See you next time.